Hello, Peter here, your Pinoy accountant. So in today's video, magpi-POV ulit tayo, point of view ng isang CPA doing manual bookkeeping. So our example for today is Lazada affiliate, yung ating example. So this is applicable actually kahit mapa TikTok kayo, Shopee, or Lazada, kahit na anong affiliate. Mostly you will have the same or similar na mga transactions. So same lang yung mga procedure and yung accounting entries na gagamitin natin for that mga affiliates. So today, yung gagawin natin is magre-record tayo ng inyong mga expenses. So mostly, ano ba yung mga expenses ng isang affiliate? Dahil affiliate kayo, you will be relying mostly sa inyong mga social media accounts. So magpo-post kayo ng mga pictures, mga videos, yan, mga reels. Ayan. So kailangan nyo yung mga subscription. Kagaya na to, may Canva dito na subscription. So that would form part of your expense related sa inyong business ng pag-affiliate. So, another example, ito, of course, I think this is bulk of the expenses ng isang affiliate is yung kanilang mga advertising expenses. And mostly, sa Meta, di ba? Or sa Facebook. Madami kayo makita dyan. Mga affiliates, they are using mga advertisement, kagaya ng Meta. Yung iba, Google Ads, especially if may mga website yung affiliate, they will be using that. So, next natin na expense is itong, of course, the internet, di ba? How can an affiliate survive without an internet, di ba? Kahit naman sino sigurong business, is kailangan talaga is essential yung internet. So, we have here an example ng monthly na PLDT naman yung gamit dito for the internet. So, ito, let's record na yung ating expenses. So, again, ito yung mga manual books natin. So, ayan, na-excite na ba kayo sa pag-record ng manual books? So, we have here cash receipts, journal, general journal, and the cash disbursements. So, saan ba natin i-record yung ating mga expenses? So, anong sa tingin nyo? So, I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. So, ano ba yung sinagot ninyo? If you answered cash receipts journal, of course, definitely that is wrong. So, yung tamang sagot natin is the cash disbursements journal. So, if you are paying, if may mga, again, mga cash outflows, gaya ng expenses, ayan, or mga loan repayments, so anything na nag-involve ng cash outflow or sa paglabas ng inyong cash, so cash disbursements natin, i-record yan. Yung iba naman is walang cash disbursements journal. So, no problem. You can use the general journal. So, lahat ng entries, again, pwede nyo i-record sa general journal. So, ito, simulan na natin yung ating pag-record. So, first, ito, you will need an invoice. So, madami nagtatanong, kailangan ba ng invoice talaga to record your expense? So, in most cases, especially if kayo, non-VAT and you are itemized deduction, you will need a proper invoice for that so that you can claim it as an expense or allowable deduction or allowable expense. If wala kayong invoice, hindi nyo makiklaim yon as an expense. But, if you are 8% and optional standard deduction, hindi naman kasi kayo required talaga ng proper invoicing kasi wala naman kayong itemized deduction. Yung basis ng income tax niyo is yung inyong sales lang, yung gross sales niyo or net sales, and then if optional standard deduction kayo, less than 40%. So wala kayong itemized deduction, but yung suggestion ko talaga is i-record nyo if ever yung mga transactions nyo is related sa inyong business. Kahit wala kayong invoice, but the thing is, may chance if ever ma-audit kayo ng BIR, if itemized deduction kayo tapos claim nyo as part of your expense, is madi-disallow yan ng BIR. So, again, just to be safe, if itemized deduction kayo, be sure you have proper invoice sa inyong mga kiniklaim na expenses. So, ayan, let's start. First is the Canva. Ano ba yung Canva, di ba? That's a tool sa pag-edit ng pictures or paggawa ng mga collaterals, mga flyers, yan yung ginagamit ng Canva. So, saan ba natin siya i-record? So, sa cash disbursement. So, ayan. Prepare na natin yung mga heading. So, quick discussion. Sa heading, the date, of course, the date of the transaction. Kailan ba na-incur yung transaction nyo? The invoice number from your suppliers, yan, or ano yung reference number na binigay sa inyo. And then, yung supplier, the name of the supplier, and the description. So, anong expense ba yon? Could be monthly subscription of Canva Pro, ganun yung ating pag-describe. So, very, brief na description about the expense. So, next natin is, so, dito is I have 10 columns. So, yung advisable talaga dyan is the more columns yung bilhin nyo for your cash disbursement. So that kita nyo dito, these are all mga account titles na per column na. Kita nyo? So kung mas madaming column, usually madami kasi yung mga expenses na categories. So mas easier if lahat dyan nakalatag na. Let's say 12 columns or 14 columns, pwede, mas advisable. But this time 10 columns na yung ating columnar. So, yung advice ko dyan is, if ever 10 columns lang kayo, dito sa last na columns, if pansin nyo, naglagay na lang tayo ng others. And then, sa last na column is yung nature. For example, wala na talaga kayong space, diba? So, others na lang, lagay nyo lang dyan is the amount. So, sa nature nyo lang, doon na lang kayo babawi. Ano ba yung expense na yun na nilagay nyo dyan? It could be, wala kayong professional fees na column. So, lagay nyo dyan. For example, 20,000, then sa nature niya, ilagay na lang ninyo professional fees. So that may additional buffer in case wala na kayong space doon sa inyong columns. So, eto, let's start na to record. So, first is, this is the Canva again. Yung date niya is June 4. And so, dito tayo sa column for the date. So, lagay na lang natin dito 2025. Ayan. So, June. And this is June 4. Ayan. June 4. So, yung invoice reference number niya, if Canva, ayan, kita nyo, this is the invoice reference number. Masyadong maliit, but, ayan, yan talaga, pag you have to do what is available. So, ito, 045. So, lagay nyo lang dito sa column na invoice number. That is 045 37 15 14 7931. Ayan, so same. Ito, dito natin nakuha sa invoice number. So, yung supplier natin is, of course, this is the Canva. You can write here, Canva. Tapos yung description niya, you can put it here yung Canva Pro. Pro monthly subscription. Yan. So, may supplier na tayo. So, ano yung entry nito? So, again, naglabas tayo ng cash to pay this one. So, i-credit yung cash ninyo. So, mababawasan yung cash ninyo sa amount na ito. Yung total charge dito is the 300. So, this is already in pesos. So, 300 pesos yung credit natin for the cash. So, lagay natin dito, 300. And the last column again, the decimal. So, walang decimal to. Walang centavos. So, next is, anong expense ba itong Canva? So, mostly, ayan, ito yung expense niyan is, nilagay na lang natin sa marketing and advertising. So, pinag-isa na lang natin yung marketing and advertising. Yan naman yung bulk din ng expense ng isang affiliate. So, again, the amount is 300. Yan. So, tapos na tayo dito. Na-record na natin yung ating first invoice. So, next is, ano ba yung next natin na invoice? We have it here, itong Meta. Si Meta or the Facebook. Ayan, si Facebook natin. So, again, yung date niya. Check nyo. This is yung invoice date niya. This is important. June 13. So, dito kayo sa date na column. Here is June 13. And, hanapin nyo. Ito talaga yung medyo, yung pag hindi malinaw yung mata ng bookkeeper, ng accountant is, saan yung invoice number, di ba? Ito ba? Transaction ID, di ba? So, i-inspect nyo talaga the entire document. And makikita nyo dito, actually, nasa lower right siya. Lower right. part ng invoice, this is the invoice number, di ba? Napakaliit and napakalabo. Kita ba ninyo? Ayan. So, isulat na natin sa invoice number. The invoice number is FB Ads. So, dito nyo ilalagay. FB Ads. Ganun din, liitan na lang ninyo ang inyong handwriting so that kakasya, di ba? 545-1046 and 33033. 33033. Ayan. Supplier is Meta. Ayan, lagay nyo lang dyan, Meta. And description could be for the week, ayan. Ads. Or pwede nyo ilagay kasi naka-indicate naman dito kung anong week or anong days covered. So, this is just for June 11 to 12. So, pwede nyo ilagay dyan, ads for the day. Ayan. Ganun lang. Or you can put, kung gusto nyo, mas detalye, ads for the day or lagay nyo yung date dyan. That is June 11 to 12. Ayan. So, again, magkano yung cash natin? So, this is the amount, the 208.10. So, ilalagay natin sa cash. Again, credit yung cash. Credit cash for 208 and 10 centavos. Ayan. So, ano yung i-debit natin? Again, similar lang nung kanina sa Canva. This is advertising. So, pinag-isa na natin. So, ilalagay din natin siya sa debit, marketing, and advertising for the amount of 208 and 10 centavos. So, ayan. Nakakadalawa na tayo. Ayan. So, sample lang to maybe in real, talaga yung isang business or company, napakaraming transactions in a month. So, for an affiliate, I believe, ito talaga yung bulk ng kanila mga transactions. So, next is yung internet naman from PLDT. So, ano yung date niya? This is June 15. So, ilalagay nyo dito is June 15. And, again, hanapin nyo yung invoice number. Ayan. So, mystery, no? Asan yung invoice number? Yung invoice number niya is nandito sa baba. Ayan. 063 63813 00006 00006. So, yung supplier niya is PLDT Inc. Ayan. Pwede nyo ilagay dyan. This is the internet for the month. Internet subscription. Ayan. So, June 15. So, yung tanong is, this is just an invoice pa. Wala pa kayong cash na ginamit, di ba? So, ano yung gagawin natin? So, i-credit nyo ba yung cash? So, wala pang cash. So, yung correct na to is dapat payable. Payable pa yung i-credit natin since this is just the billing pa. Wala pang cash na ano. So, if payable naman, usually, yan, sa general journal natin dapat isulat yan. Kasi this is a payable pa. So, yung entry niyan, yan, sulat natin. But if wala kayong again, wala kayong general journal, pwede kayong mag-add na lang ng column dito na credit nyo yung accounts payable. So, this is a general journal yung gamit natin because this is a non-cash item pa. So, di ba? It's pop quiz, di ba? Tama ba na sa cash disbursement siya ilagay? But wala pang cash outflow. So dito tayo sa general journal. So date niya is Date niya again is, invoice date is June 2025. And this is June 15. So yung i-debit nyo is the expense. So again, this is the marketing and advertising expense. So debit nyo marketing and advertising expense. So for the amount of, ito yung amount niya, 1699. Again, non-VAT to. If VAT kayo, input VAT itong value-added tax. But in our example, this is a non-VAT registered. So 1699. Dito kayo sa debit. 1699. And then, ano yung i-credit nyo? Credit kayo ng accounts payable. Ayan. So, the accounts payable is 1699. Ayan. So, to record, internet monthly subscription. Ayan. So, na-record na natin itong billing invoice. So, once, for example, on the same day, kayo nagbayad niyan, di ba? So, pwede nyo i-record dito if nagbayad kayo. So, what will happen is, so, example, on the same day, nagbayad kayo. So, the invoice number could be the same reference lang din naman. Ito yung ating PLDT. And then, supplier is, ito din, PLDT, I mean, the description, internet subscription. And then, ano na yung entry nito? So, pag nagbayad na kayo, so may payable kayo. So, yung i-debit naman ninyo is yung accounts payable. So, for the amount and the cash, di ba? So, ito yung cash na i-credit ninyo, 1699. 1699. And then, so, so very useful. Again, ito yung last na column. So, wala tayong accounts payable, but we have to debit the accounts payable. So, for the amount, debit others, 1699. So, dito na lang tayo sa nature. Dito na lang natin sa nature ilalagay na this is for the accounts payable. Ayan. So, kumpleto na record na natin yung expense. At the same time, nagbayad na kayo dito sa PLDT. So, nag-entry na tayo, nag-credit tayo ng cash, and nag-debit natin yung accounts payable. So, wala na tayong utang kay PLDT. Ayan, so medyo mahaba-haba na yung ating video. So, if may mga tanong kayo, so yun lang yung quick video natin for today. Quick pa ba? But, yun, madami kasi tayong na-discuss for today sa paggamit ng ating mga manual books, the cash disbursements, and the general journal, yung ginamit natin. So, if non-cash transactions, general journal yung gagamitin ninyo. And with cash matters, yan, cash outflow, nagbayad kayo ng cash disbursements journal yung gagamitin natin. So, yun lang yung ating video. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Pinoy Accountant. And comment kayo if may mga tanong kayo. Madami pa tayong upcoming video. So, lahat ng i-discuss natin. Yung mga nag-comment na may mga doctors, gusto nila matuto kung paano bang bookkeeping ng mga doctors, mga professionals, yan, mga laundry. Ayan, so, abangan ninyo sa ating mga upcoming videos kung paano ba ang pag-bookkeeping nun. So again, my name is Peter, your Pinoy Accountant, and thank you again for watching, and I'll see you again next time.